Okay, so let's start with this topic, differentiability, differentials, local linear approximation. So last time, ang inaral natin, yung concept ng partial derivatives. Now, um, ah, baka isipin nyo, pag may partial derivatives yung function, differentiable na siya. It's not the case. Big sabihin lang meron kang partial derivatives. Okay? Ang partial derivatives ay function din. So, kumbaga, kung may function ka na f of x equal to 1 minus 2x squared, ang f prime of x niyan ay negative 4x. Another function. Okay? Ibig sabihin, may nade-derive ka, kaya nga partial derivative, may nade-derive kang panibagong function. Pero hindi ibig sabihin, pag may derivative ka, differentiable ka na. Magkaiba yung dalawang terminologies na yon. Okay? Existence of a derivative is not the same as differentiability. Okay, so ano ibig sabihin ng differentiability? So, recall, a function y equal to f of x is differentiable at x is equal to x naught if f prime of x naught exists. That is, etong limit of f of x naught plus delta x minus f of x naught over delta x as delta x approaches zero is equal to f prime of x naught. Okay? So, differentiable ka sa isang point. Okay? Differentiable sa point ha. So parang continuity rin to. Continue to the point. Hindi ka lang differentiable basta-basta. Differentiable at a point. Okay? So, if we let delta f, ito yung magiging delta y natin mamaya, equal to f of x naught plus delta x minus f of x naught, then we get the symbol limit of delta f over delta x as delta x approaches zero equal to limit of delta y over delta x as delta x approaches zero equal to f prime of x. Tapos ang gawin natin, number lang kasi to, pwede natin ilipat sa kabila. So makukuha natin, limit of, ito muna, minus this number. Pero dahil ang number lang naman ito, f prime of x, no? Pwede mo ipasok yan sa loob ng limit. Kasi ang limit lang naman ng constant or limit ng number is itself. So it's equal to 0. Okay. Tapos, LCD lang tayo. Delta f minus, ano ang LCD ng dalawang to? It's delta x. Delta x divided by delta x. It's 1 times delta f. We get delta f. Minus, ito, delta x divided by 1. That is delta x times f prime of x naught. So we get this. Okay. So we get this expression. So anong kahulugan nito? Okay. So, with this one here, nakikita ninyo no, limit of this expression as delta x approaches 0 equals. So, ibig sabihin, ano ba ibig sabihin kapag delta x approaches 0? So, delta x is almost 0. Yun ang ibig sabihin nitong part na to. So, kapag almost 0 na ito, itong delta x, which we shall label dx later on. So, kung ito, almost 0 to, pero 0 ang makukuha dito sa expression na ito, sino ang magpapa-0? Yung numerator. So, ibig sabihin, delta f minus f prime of x not delta x is almost 0 din. At dahil kung 0 siya, makuha mo, delta f is approximately f prime of x not delta x. So, ito yung delta y natin. Ito yung lalabas. Ito yung dy natin. Ito yung from math. Okay? So, dy can be approximated by f prime of x not delta x. Or no, sorry, not approximated. dy is equal to this. So, ang sinasabi, delta y can be approximated by dy. Assuming that delta x, which is equal to dx, is almost 0. Okay? So, ano, uh, ano ang, what do you call this one? Anong generalization niya sa multivariables? So this time, meron tayong panibagong variable, z. So the increment of a function f of two variables, x and y, dalawa na independent variables natin, at x naught, y naught, denoted by delta f, which we shall, katulad dito, yung delta f, yung delta y, dito ngayon, yung delta f, delta z, or delta f of x naught, y naught is given by delta f is equal to f of x naught plus delta x, y naught plus delta y minus f of x naught y naught. Okay? Yung kanina, delta f of x naught plus delta x minus f of x naught. Etong nasa numerator. Okay? So ngayon, dinagdagan natin yan ng y naught plus delta y. Ito rin, may y naught. Yun yung delta f, ay yung delta z natin. Where delta x and delta y are called the increments of x and y respectively. So here's a definition of differentiability. I-generalize natin itong isang to. So, a function f of two variables x and y is said to be differentiable at x naught comma y naught if partial, okay, partial of f with respect to x evaluated at x naught comma y naught and partial of f with respect to y evaluated at x naught y naught. At in first condition, they both exist, and limit of delta f minus partial of f with respect to x at x naught comma y naught delta x minus partial of f with respect to y x naught comma y naught delta y all over square root of delta x squared is delta y squared. So delta x comma delta y approaches 0, 0 is equal to 0. Now, it looks very mouthful. Pero ito lang yung generalization. Oops, sorry. Ito lang yung generalization nito. Okay? Generalize lang natin. So dito kasi, sorry, generalization siya nitong part nito. Okay? Yung delta F and yung delta Z ngayon, minus partial. So may dalawa kang partial ngayon. So yun yung reason bakit dinerive ito, no pun intended, nakuha itong equation na to or expression na ito. Okay. So, we have the following ones. A function f of xy is said to be differentiable on a region R, which is a subset of R squared, if it is differentiable at all points in R. So meron kang, ito yung R squared mo, okay, ito yung z-axis, no? Tapos meron ka ditong region R. Tapos differentiable. Kapag differentiable ka sa lahat ng points dito, basically nakasatisfy mo itong criteria na to, ibig sabihin differentiable ka sa buong subset or region. Simply, a function f of xy is said to be differentiable everywhere if it is differentiable at all points x, y, and now, ano ang graph ng isang differentiable function? It's the same thing as what we have seen in number 3. The graph of a function that is differentiable everywhere is smooth and doesn't contain candidates, creases, or cost. So, yun yung idea lang. Basically, wala kang makikita mga gato jagged sa ilalim. Parang absolute value. Pero yung absolute value natin, nasa 3 dimension na yung shape niya. Okay. Here are another remarks. An analogous definition can be made for functions of n variables. Okay, but we'll settle for 2 independent variables mo. So, ito yung ano natin, ito yung analogy nitong part na ito. So, ang pangahulugan sa part na ito, ayan, if delta x is very close to 0 and delta y is very close to 0, then delta f, which is delta z, okay, will be almost 0. So itong delta f, ito, transpose mo lang ito sa right-hand side, you get delta z can be approximated by f of x naught comma y naught, or sorry, partial of f with respect to x. Evaluate that x naught comma y naught delta x plus partial of f with respect to y evaluated at x naught comma y naught delta y. Okay, continuing. So, tignan natin graphically yung Math 83 version kapag differentiable ka. So sinabi, f is differentiable at x naught if and only if limit of delta f minus f of f prime of x naught delta x over delta x as delta x approaches 0 is equal to 0. Another way to phrase it is as if delta x is very close to 0, then delta f is very close to f prime of x naught delta x. Anyway, tingnan natin graphically. Sa may function ka, ito yung graph ng function mo. Okay? Yan, ito yung graph ng function mo, y equal to f of x. Tapos, meron kang dalawang points dito. X naught and X naught plus delta X. So, let's look first at their images under the function y or under the function f. So, ito yung image ni x naught, f of x naught. Ito naman yung image ni f of x naught plus delta x. So, itong distansya na ito, f of x naught plus delta x minus f of x naught, yan ang delta y or delta f. Okay? So, kung ito ang delta x, itong part na ito, kasi di ba, x naught plus delta x minus x naught, you get delta x. So kung itong delta x, ito naman ang haba ng delta y. Okay. Now, anong sinasabi ng differentiability? Delta f can be approximated by this value here. Itong part na daw to, pwede mo daw sa approximate nito. Pero anong geometric interpretation itong part na ito? Okay. So, looking at this one, hawig niya yung ano, no? Mukha siya, ito yung f prime of x naught, ito yung slope, m times, tapos yung from high school, x minus x naught. So meron ka dito, y minus y naught is equal to m times x minus x naught. O ano, yun yung y minus y naught, di ba? Delta f, yun yung delta y. Okay, so ano yung sabihin? This function here can be approximated by some line. Ito yung line, no? M times x minus x naught. Line ito. So itong function na to, it doesn't necessarily have to be a linear function kahit anong function yan. Pwede yung quadratic, cubic, sine, exponential. Tapos ito linear. So ibig sabihin, any function can, and yet not necessarily any function, this function can be approximated by a linear function. So, kaya may line kang nakikita dito yung color blue. So, ano yung line na yan? Yung special line na yan, itong f prime of x naught. Itong f prime of x naught, that is the slope of the tangent line at x is equal to x naught. So may tangent line ka at x is equal to x naught. Okay. So drawing natin yung tangent line na yon. And then, ano ang pangalan ng line na yan? From A3 to know the name. So ito yan, no? So ito, tawagin natin itong y naught. Okay? So, ang pangalan ng line na ito, itong blue line, this blue line here has a name, y minus y naught is equal to f prime of x naught times x minus x naught. Isa pa. Y minus y naught is equal to f prime of x naught times x minus x naught. Yun yung pangalan ng line na yan. Okay. Okay. Now, so, ano naman. So may dalawa tayong points dito, no? X naught, delta X. So hanapin natin yung image ni X naught, delta X sa line. Okay, kanina ito yung hinanap nating image. Pero ngayon dito natin nahanapin yung image. Okay, ano ang image niya? Ang image niya ngayon, so it will have a y coordinate. Hindi natin alam kung ano yung y coordinate niya, no? May y coordinate yan. Okay? So ano ang kanyang so mhm. So may y coordinate siya. Y minus okay. Okay, I see. Ito kasi yung line natin ngayon, no? So hanapin natin yung y coordinate niya. Ano ang y coordinate niya? Ito 'yon. Okay. So y is equal to f prime of x naught, x minus x naught plus y naught. So, kung x naught plus delta x, yung x natin dito, mahahanap natin yung y value niya. Ano ang y value? So, that would be y is equal to f prime of x naught, tapos ang x natin, x naught plus delta x minus x naught plus y naught. So, ang y value niya ay f prime of x naught cancel, delta x plus y naught. Okay? F prime of x naught delta x plus y naught. So, ibig sabihin, itong point na ito, Iyan natin, label natin for now. Etong point na ito, may coordinate siya na x naught plus delta x, comma, y naught plus f prime of x naught delta x. Okay. O, ayan. So, meron tayo ngayong, anong kahulugan nito? So, ibig sabihin, class, ito yung y coordinate. Ito ang y coordinate niya sa line. Ito ang y coordinate niya. So, y is equal to f of x. Ibig sabihin nun, so kung y coordinate ka, halimbawa ikaw ay meron ka nitong point na ito, 5, 1. So, ibig sabihin, kung ito ay 5, 1, etong distance mo mula sa origin, 5 ito. Ang height na to, 1 to. So, itong height na ito, 1 yan. So, ibig sabihin, ang height na ito, itong haba na ito ay y naught plus f prime of x naught delta x. Okay. Ang haba naman na ito, yan, ang haba naman yan ay f of, aning x natin? X naught plus delta x. Ayun pala nakalagay. So, kung ito, f of x naught plus delta x ang haba niyan, ito naman, y naught plus f prime of x naught delta x. Gaano kahaba itong part na ito? Itong haba na ito ay f of x naught plus delta x minus y naught uh, sorry, again, f of x naught plus delta x minus y naught plus f prime of x naught delta x. Okay, what happens here? Okay. So meron ka tayong f of x naught plus delta x minus y naught minus f prime of x naught delta x. Are we still with? Okay, minus, no? Etong part na to, ano to? Y naught. Ito yung f of x naught. Tama? Yun yung f of x naught to. Y naught, yun, f of x naught. So f of x naught plus delta x minus f of x naught. Itong part na to, ayan, yung may minus, saan siya equal? Siya ay equal sa, walang nakalagay dito. Saan siya equal? Ayan, delta f. Okay? So makukuha natin, so nakuha natin, ito no, ito minus ito, we get there f of x naught plus delta x minus f of x naught minus f prime of x naught delta x. Etong part na ito ay delta f minus f prime of x naught delta x. And bam! Ayun yun. Ayun yung part na yun. Yun yung sukat niya. So, anong ibig sabihin? So, ibig sabihin, etong delta f, yan, this delta f here, kapag itong point na ito, so ang sabi, kapag si x naught plus delta x, si delta x almost zero. So ibig sabihin kung almost zero ito, etong number na ito, almost zero, malapit na malapit siya sa original na x naught. Kunyari, x naught plus 0.0.00000000001. Malapit na malapit siya sa x naught. So pag malapit na malapit siya, etong point na to, umuusog ng umuusog dito sa line. Okay. Of course, pati yung image siya dito, umuusog ng umuusog din. Pareho sabay yan. So, ano nangyayari? Yung difference nilang dalawa, ito, yung difference na ito, lumiliit. That's the term itself, differentiability. The difference of the function from being a tangent line is very, very small. In short, pwede mong i-approximate it itong y value na ito with the value coming from the linear or coming from the tangent line. Yun ang differentiability. Okay? So, ano naman ang 3D counterpart nito? So, this one is much more, what do you call this one? Involved. So, you have this scenario here. So, tignan natin kung ano yung nangyayari. Tsaka bakit may square root? Yun yung tatanong nila. So, tignan natin yung nangyayari sa baba. Baba muna. X naught, I think X naught plus delta X. Y naught, Y naught plus delta Y. So, meron kang point na to, X naught, comma Y naught. X naught plus delta X. Y naught plus delta Y. So, this time, dito kasi, yung delta X, X minus, ano yan, no? X naught plus delta X minus X naught. Yun yun. Yung distansya ng dalawang ito. No independent variable mo. But this time, kukunin mo yung distance nitong part na to. Eh, ano ba ang distance niyan? X naught plus delta X minus X naught squared plus Y naught plus delta Y minus Y naught squared square root distance formula. So you get here, cancel to, you get delta X squared plus delta Y squared. Tapos may square root ka. And voila. Yun, makukuha natin yung point. Okay? So, we have this same idea, but this time, hindi na tangent line yung pang-approximate natin doon sa 3D function natin. It's now a tangent plane, which we will discuss later on. So may, kumbaga may tangent plane ka dyan na nakapatong. Wala na hindi natin nilagay dito kasi it will be very cumbersome kapag nilagay pa natin yung ano na yon, yung image na yon. So etong x naught y naught, may image siya, f of x naught, comma y naught. Ganun din, etong point na to, may image siya. Ito yung part na yon. Okay? Hindi ko sabihin, medyo mouthful na siya, no? Ito yung part, ito yon. So, ang sinasabi lang dito, ito yung z value nitong x not y not. Ito yung z value nitong point na to. So, in short, itong part na to, ito yung delta f. Itong part na to, ito yan. So, po-project mo, ito yon. So, ngayon, ang sinasabi, itong delta f, like its counterpart here, kapag may tangent plane ka dito, you can instead, so may tangent plane ka at this point sa x naught, y naught. Kung gusto mong i-evaluate ang ang z value or image nito dito sa z function, kung may tangent plane ka at mas madaling mag-evaluate dun sa tangent plane, okay? Mas madaling mag-evaluate. At tapos, sobrang lapit lang naman nitong independent, itong value na to sa x naught y naught. Di yung magiging z value niya rin, yung z value niya doon sa tangent plane ay magiging malapit na malapit lang dito sa dito sa point, dito sa ano to? What do you mean that? Dito sa delta f nito. Yung difference nila, so meron ka ditong tangent plane, no? Yan. Pwede mo gamitin yung, kasi nandito yung tangent plane. Sa tangent plane, tsaka sa function, pareho yung value ng x naught, y naught. So, ibig sabihin, pag may tangent plane ka doon, nandito yung image nito, yung difference ng y value nito, difference ng y value sa tangent plane, z value nito sa tangent plane at z value nito sa tangent plane, pwede mo gamitin, ito yung part na yun, pwede mo gamitin pang-approximate nitong uh, functional difference nila sa z is equal to f. Yun yung, yun yung same analogy dito. ito ay pwede mong, kumbaga, sobrang lapit lang nila itong dalawang value na to. This delta f can be, or delta f can be approximated by this value here, f prime of x naught, delta x. Pag parehong halos value mo. Okay? Kasi nangyayari, pag ito lumalapit. So ito, lumalapit din siya dito. Bumababa lahat yun. So, nagdidikit-dikit yung values nila. So, pwede mo nang i-approximate itong delta f by f prime of x na delta x. Ganon din dito. Yung delta f, pwede mo i-approximate by this uh, one here. Okay? Mamaya yun, yung computation part. Ngayon, tatanungin natin, paano magpakita kung differentiable ang isang function? Kasi last time, pinakita natin kung paano magpakita ng continuous function. Ngayon, differentiable. So, we have our first theorem. And very useful ang mga theorems na ito para magpakita ng, what do you call this one? Non-differentiability. So, number one, if a function f is differentiable at a point, then f is continuous at that point. Very Math 83. So, we have this theorem back in Math 83. Kapag differentiable ka at a point, automatically continuous ka dun sa point yun. Number two, if all first order partial derivatives of f exist. Okay, exist muna ha. So, ibig sabihin may partial derivatives ka. And are continuous. Remember, ang partial derivatives function din. So, you can ask whether these functions are also continuous. So, continuous, remember, pag continuous, kailangan continuous at a point or continuous at a domain. Continuous at a point. Then, f is differentiable at that point. So, ito yung dalawang theorem na gagamit. At ito yung magiging dalawang useful theorem. Ang gagawin natin, mas madaling magpakita na hindi differentiable ang isang function. It's the same thing that we did doon sa partial derivatives na nagpakita tayo na hindi continuous yung function. Magpakita lang kayo ng mga dalawang pathways na yung 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 sa path na ito, hindi pareho yung limit. Then, pag hindi pareho yung limit, ibig sabihin, the limit does not exist, hindi na continuous. So, ganun din yung gagawin natin dito. Mas madaling magpakita na hindi differentiable. So, how do we show that a function is not differentiable? Yun yung magiging focus natin. So, number one. Okay, number one, by definition, show that this definition is not equal to zero or does not exist. Okay, ito yung definition. Number two, pakita mo na f is not continuous at that point. So kapag not continuous, you're either removable or essential. Pag not continuous ka, so i-check mo lang naman yung mga conditions ng continuity. It's either f of x not comma y not is undefined, or the limit of f as x comma y approaches x not comma y not does not or exist or is not equal to f of x not y not. Pwedeng nag-exist ito, pero hindi siya equal dito. Okay? Pag hindi sila equal, removable. Pag does not exist, essential. And finally, either the partial derivative of f with respect to x or partial derivative of f with respect to y does not exist. Okay, so may tatlo ka. This one, it came from number one. Itong pangatlo, ito yung, what do you call this one? Ito yung contrapositive ng number two. So dito kasi if all first partial derivatives of f exist, all, so f, x, and f partial of f, just like y. So ibig sabihin, both exist. So anong contrapositive? Ang contrapositive, f is not differentiable. If f is not differentiable, then either this or yung end magiging or. Okay? Or this does not exist. Okay? Okay, so may tatlong possible solutions tayo. Now, in practice, ito ang unang ginagamit na method para magpakita na hindi differentiable. Yung una. Now, if this one fails, napakita mo talaga nag-exist. Ito yung susunod. Pag ito hindi pa gumagana, ito na yung huli. Okay? So, ayan, mag-walk through tayo, no? Ito yung una natin gagamitin technique lagi. Pabaligtad tayo. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, let's look at now at examples. Number one, determine whether each of the following functions is differentiable at the origin. So, origin lang, no? Number one, f of x comma y is equal to e to the power xy. So, tingnan natin. So, partial derivative of f with respect to x, that would be, so for number one, show that f is differentiable. Now, for pag differentiable naman, tatlong techniques. Ito yung not differentiable. Pag not differentiable, you start with 3, 2, 1. Pero kapag differentiability, papakita mong differentiable ka, ito yung technique. Ito yung unang gagamiting technique, followed by itong technique ito. Pero ito dapat equal sa 0. Hindi pwede gamitin to ha, kasi ito continuous to eh. Pag differentiable ka, ang sinasabi, ang conclusion mo, continuous ka. Eh, ang pinapakita mo pa nga lang, differentiability. So, pag differentiability, you have two techniques. Pagpapakita mo. Ito yung unang technique muna. Tapos, yung pag hindi mo magamit-gamit ito, ito naman yung gagamitin mo. Okay? Now, mamaya papakita natin kung paano nag-solve ng mga ganito depending on your function. Kasi ito yung mga function natin so far. Parang ganun lang. Pero pag piecewise, ibang technique na. Okay? So, kumbaga, meron kayo ditong arsenal of methods, tapos, i-pair nyo siya sa anong uri ng function ang meron kayo. Usually, ang function lang naman natin na pag-aaralan na mag-focus is either standalone function or piecewise function. Pag piecewise, makikita ninyo yung method. Pag standalone, may makikita kayong method. So for this one here, solve natin yung partial derivative nito with respect to x. With respect to x, we get here e to the power xy multiplied by, eto, ano ba ang ano niya? Constant dito. Kasi x yung variable, y would stand as the constant. So you get here y times e to the power xy. And partial of f with respect to y is equal to x e to the power xy. And since functions din itong partial derivatives, okay, and they both exist, and clearly continuous sila at every point, hindi nga lang sa origin eh. Hindi lang sa origin yan continuous, sa lahat ng points. Kasi ito ay exponential function multiplied by a polynomial function and their product is a continuous function. So continuous sila everywhere, na-satisfy nila itong hypothesis, then automatically, f is differentiable not only at the origin, differentiable siya sa buong R2. Okay, differentiable everywhere siya, particularly at 0. Okay, next. Number 2 and number 3, papakita natin na not differentiable sila. For number 2, so not differentiable, f of x comma y is equal to 0, 1. 0 if x comma y is not the origin, 1 if xy is the origin. Now, bakit siya not differentiable? Dito nakalagay not continuous. So, eto muna gagamitin natin. By practice, eto muna natin gagamitin. Okay? So, solve natin yung partial derivative nito with respect to x. Dahil ito ay piecewise, ano ang technique ng pag-solve pag piecewise ang function natin? So, hindi mo magamit itong technique na to, no? Yung typical differentiation lang na e to the xy, and then hold mo yung y as constant, multiply mo. Kasi piecewise ito. Pag piecewise, tandaan, from lesson last time, ang method, pag piecewise, ang gagamitin nating technique kapag piecewise functions lang meron na tayo, okay, ayan, pag piecewise na, ang gagamitin natin technique, yung alternative definition. Where is that alternative definition? Okay. Oh, there you go. Alternative definition ang gagamitin natin kapag piecewise function. Okay? So, we'll use that technique para mahanap ang partial derivatives nito with respect to x and y. So, oh, madali ako. Okay. Sige. With respect to x and y muna, sige. So, that would be, tingnan natin, no? Pahirapan natin ang sarili natin. Kasi by practice, no? So partial derivative of with respect to x at 0, 0, that would be f of x, no, 0 plus delta x, comma 0. I'm sorry, isa pa. F partial of f with respect to x, 0, 0 is equal to f unlimited. Okay? Delta x approaches 0 of f of x. Sige, x of naman x. It's delta x, comma 1 minus f of x, no, comma 1 over delta x. So ito ay equal sa limit of delta x approaches 0 of f of an x, 0 plus delta x, sorry, comma 0 minus f of 0, 0 over delta x. So we get limit of, ano yung f of 0 plus delta x? 0 plus delta x, comma 0. Okay? Ito yun, 0 plus delta x, comma 0, not equal to 0. So 0 minus, ano yung f of 0, 0, 1, over, ano yung delta x? Delta x. As delta x approaches 0. Am I right? Am I doing it right? I'm confused. Parang pinapahirapan kong sarili. Let me check. Tama. Ah, sorry. Kasi yung yabang, hindi natin tinignan yung definition eh. X approaches 0. Okay. So ito ay x 0, ito ay 0, 0 over x minus 0. So, okay. Going back. Sa pa. Pinaghalo ko yung dalawang definition. So, partial of f 0, 0 is equal to limit as x approaches 0 of f of x comma 0 minus f of 0, 0 over x minus 0. There's right. So ito ay limit as x approaches 0. Anong f of x comma 0? 0 minus 1 over x. Tama. X comma 0 is 0 minus 1. So we get here negative 1 over 0. Actually, dito pa lang makikita mo na, no? Kasi may limit ka, no? Limit as x approaches 0. So pag nag-0 from the left, 0 from the right ka. 0 left, 0 right. Pag 0 right, positive infinity to. Ay, sorry, negative infinity. Pag 0 left, negative infinity. Either way, may infinity ka na, automatic, yung partial mo does not exist na agad. Kasi pag tinignan mo yung partial mo rin, isa lang kailangan mo, or lang naman. Ano may partial mo? Partial with respect to 1. 0, 0. Limit as y approaches 0 of f of 0 comma y minus f of 0, 0 over y minus 0. We get the same process. Y approaches 0 of 0 minus 1 over. Pareho lang din. Plus or minus infinity. So, both of them do not exist. So, if you use this method, mapakikita mo na not existing yung partial derivatives natin. Of course, lumabas na parang hindi ito efficient. No? An efficient way, it turns out to be the continuity test. So, by practice, ito kasi pinakamadaling gamitin. Isunod mo to. So, kung not continuous siya, bakit hindi siya continuous? Tingnan natin f of x not comma 1. Ano bang f of x not comma 1? F of x not comma y at f of 0, 0 is equal to 1. Ano naman ang limit of f of xy as x comma y approaches 0, 0? Ito para kailangan, ano ba limit niya? So, as x comma y approaches 0, 0, okay, habang lumalapit sa 0, 0, ano ang limit value? Ang limit value ay 1. Ay, sorry, baligtad. Ang limit value habang lumalapit ay sa 0, 0, 0. Ang f of 0, 0 ay 1. At dahil hindi sila equal, f has a removable discontinuity at 0, 0. At dahil mag-removable discontinuity ka, f is not differentiable. Now, this one here, bakit sigurado tayo na 0 ito, limit of f of x, y as x comma y, 0, 0? Ano? Para kailangan mo epsilon delta tuloy dito. No? Kasi pag nag-epsilon delta ka, medyo matrabaho siya. Matrabaho siya i-epsilon delta ka. Pero, ang sinasabi kasi, if xy gets closer and closer to 0, 0, yun yung sinasabi dito. Ito yung part na yan. Di ba, ang limit gets closer and closer. So, yung y value, lumalapit sa 0. Yun yung sinasabi. So, we might validate it using epsilon delta, pero magiging matrabaho. So, we'll just take it as it is. And using the second method, we can say na hindi siya removable at therefore not differentiable. Finding number 3. This one here is also not differentiable. Okay. So, not differentiable siya. Gamitin natin itong method muna ito. The third one. So, using the third one. Okay, bakit third one ang ginamit? And notice alternate definition yung ginamit. Bakit alternate definition? Standalone function lang siya. So, what do we do here first is, let's use yung partial derivative text talaga, yung nagde-derivative lang. So, pag nag-derivative lang tayo, partial of f with respect to x, that would be 1 over 2 squared of x squared plus y squared times derivative ni x squared 2x. So, we get here, cancel to, x over squared of x squared plus y squared. Then, we evaluate at 0, 0 para malaman natin kung may derivative talaga siya or the partial derivative exists. At 0, 0, this becomes, okay, at 0, 0, we get 0 over 0 squared plus 0 squared, so 0 over 0 in the terminal. So, you will say na, hindi L'Hopital's rule. Hindi pwede mag-L'Hopital's rule dito kasi may dalawang variable tayo. So, you arrive at a determinant. Kapag ganito ang problema, dito babalik ulit yung technique na pinakita natin kanina, yung um, alternate definition. So, ang alternate definition, not only it works pag may piecewise function ka, it works kapag nag-derivative ka at nakakuha ka na indeterminate. So, you go back to the alternate definition. So, we get the limit of f of x naught minus f of 0, 0 over x minus 0 as x approaches 0. So, we get limit of the square root of x squared plus 0 squared minus square root of 0 squared plus 0 squared over x as x approaches 0. So we get limit of square root of x squared over x as x approaches 0. Anong square root of x squared? Absolute value of x. Kalimutan yon as x approaches 0. So, katulad ng infinity natin kanina, may dalawa tayong cases dito. 0 from the left and 0 from the right. Eh, bakit pwede na lang left and right? Kasi isang variable na lang tayo. Dito, hindi ka pwede mag left and right dito. Kasi may dalawang variable ka pa. Remember, kapag dalawang variable ka na, maraming direction na yung nagpupunta sa kanya. Dito, dalawang direction na lang, left and right. So 0 from the left, etong delta x will be replaced by negative x. Remember, absolute value of x is x if x is greater than or equal to 0, which we interpret as x approaches 0 from the right. Negative x naman siya if x is less than 0 or x approaches 0 from the left. So x approaches 0 from the left, we replace by negative x. Negative x divided by x, we get negative 1. Kapag limit naman ito as x approaches 0 from the right, the absolute value of x will be replaced by x. So x over x is equal to 1. At dahil hindi sila equal, this one, the limit does not exist. So that ito hindi nag-exist, ito hindi nag-exist dahil equal sila, ibig sabihin ito hindi nag-exist. Dahil yung partial mo with respect to x does not exist automatically. Okay? Hindi na nag-exist automatically. Not differentiable. Okay? Ayun na yun. Okay? So, mas madaling magpakita na hindi differentiable. But you really have to but titignan mo kung, actually kasi ano eh, depende pwedeng ito yung gamitin mo muna or number three. Pero pwede pa kasi in practice, ito yung unang ginagamit. Madali kasi ito ipakita eh, versus dito. Pero minsan ito yung mas madali ipakita. Like what we've seen here, number two, mas madali ipakita kung number two pa sa number three. Pero just play around with this kapag not differentiable. Ito yung huling technique talaga na ginagawa. Okay, let's look at this next example. Again, it's a piecewise. Let f of x comma y equal to xy squared over x squared plus y to the power 4 if x comma y is not equal to the origin, and 0 if x comma y is equal to the origin. Show that, okay, the partial derivative of x of f with respect to x and with respect to y at 0, 0 both exist. Pero f is not differentiable at 0, 0. Ano ibig sabihin nito? So, ibig sabihin nito, ito yung una natin gagamitin test. But as it turns out, pag fail tong test na to, hindi natin mapapakitang not differentiable with this method. So, ito yung susunod natin. So, tingnan natin kung bakit hindi gagana. So, dahil piecewise ito, the best way to find the partial derivatives is using the definition or the alternate definition. So, ano ang partial nito? So, ito ay limit, itong part na to, ito ay limit of f of x common 0 minus f of 0, 0 over x minus 0 as x over 0. So f of x comma 0, that would be x tapos 0 squared over x squared plus 0 to the power 4. So ibig sabihin yung numerator mo 0 over x squared, which is equal to 0. F of 0, 0 is 0 all over x. So yung numerator mo, limit of 0 over x as x equal to 0. Pero ito, 0 na talaga siya kasi 0 yung numerator mo. 0 na yan. So ang limit ng constant, sarili na, constant, 0. So, nag-i-exist. Nag-i-exist ito. Tingnan natin kung nag-i-exist ito. Okay, partial with respect to y. F of 0 comma y minus f of 0, 0 over y minus 0 as y approaches 0. So 0 comma y will be 0 y squared over 0 squared plus y to the power 4. So you get 0 over y to the power 4. So you can still get 0. So 0 minus 0 over y. 0 na yung numerator mo. So this entire thing is 0. So may number. Oh nga pala, no? Hindi kailangan, etong part na to sa hypothesis natin, hindi kailangan equal silang dalawa. Kailangan lang nag-exist. Pwedeng ito ay 1, pwedeng ito ay 0. Either way, 1 ito, 0 to, they still exist. Hindi kailangan equal yung dalawa. Okay, walang sinabi na dapat equal. Okay, sasabi lang nag-exist sila. So, nag-exist sila pareho and for some apparent reason, equal sila. Okay, so hindi natin magagamit yung first method para mapakita not differentiable siya. So, ipakita natin yung second method. Pakita natin hindi siya continuous. So, ano ba yung para pag hindi continuous? Solve mo natin yung limit of f of 0, 0. Anong f of 0, 0? F of 0, 0 is 0. Next, mag-limit tayo. Okay. Oops. Is it the same? No. Zero. Mag-limit tayo. So, mag-limit tayo, no? Ito, itong part na to, no? Sa number 2, nag-limit tayo. Kasi una yung pinakita natin yung continuity. Di ba? Pakita mo muna yung value sa function. So may functional value siya. F of 0, 0 is 0. Next, limit. Sabihin natin, ano ba yung dumadaan sa 0, 0? X-axis. Pag x-axis, that would be x-axis, then ay y is equal to 0. No? So y is equal to 0. Limit of f of x comma y is equal to limit of x comma y approaches 0, 0 along y-axis, x-axis, y is equal to 0. So x times 0 squared over x squared plus 0 to the power 4 to get your limit of 0 over x squared. Kasi y is equal to 0 na, x na lang yung mag-approach sa 0. Okay? So x approaches 0. So we get the limit of 0 over x squared, that is 0, as x approaches 0 is 0. So we get there. Yon, 0. Now, you can use also, kunyari, y-axis. Pag y-axis naman, ano ba pag y-axis? Y-axis, that would be y approaches 0. So y approaches 0, x mo naman dito ay equal to 0. Yan yung y-axis. So you will get here, kasi x equal to 0, 0 times y squared over 0 squared plus y to the power 4. We get the same idea. 0 over y to the power 4. So 0 pa rin. So hindi mo magamit yung x and y axis kasi pareho yung limit. What are we going to do? Look at the ratio. X, y squared y to the power 4. So we can use x is equal to y squared kasi 1 is to 2. At rin, 2 is to 4. So 2 is to 4 is the same as 1 is to 2. Gamitin natin x equal to y squared. So we get here limit of x comma y equal to 0, 0 at x is equal to y squared. So x, sorry, x na papalitan, no? Y squared times y squared over y squared to the power square plus y to the power 4 is equal to limit of, kasi y na lang yung variable natin. We get here, y comma y. So y approaches 0. So we get y to the power 4 over y to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 2y to the power 4. So we get this. So magka-cancel yung y to the power 4, y to the power 4, magtitira sa iyo. Limit of 1/2. 1/2. At dahil may dalawang nakuhang limit in two different directions, ibig sabihin, the limit does not exist. If hindi nag-exist, meron kang essential discontinuity. Then may essential discontinuity ka, automatic, hindi ka differential. Series. Okay? So we started with this method here. This method here, hindi gumana. At yung sumunod natin. Pinakita natin, essential discontinuity. Hindi pa natin nagagamit yung method of ano. Okay. Let's look at this next example. Show that f of x comma y. This piecewise function, xy over square root of x squared plus y squared. If x comma y is not the origin, 0. If x comma y is the origin, it's not differentiable. You can notice here na ginamit yung definition. But what if it didn't fit yun? Dapat yung ginagamit ng method. So, let's do trial number 1. Use the partial derivatives method. So, pag sinawa natin yan, okay, notice here, kasi piecewise ang meron tayo, so, we opt for the alternate definition. So, limit of f of x comma 0 minus f of 0, 0 over x minus 0 as x approaches 0 is equal to limit of x times 0 over square root of x squared plus y squared minus 0, okay, minus 0 over x, because x minus 0 to. So we get here, ito is 0 over absolute value of x, kasi square root of x squared, minus 0 over x. Pero itong 0 over absolute value of x, 0 na lang ito. So 0 over x. 0 na itong buong to, kasi nag-0 na yung numerator mo. So 0 na lang. Is equal to 0. So may ano to, nag-exist yung value. Next. Ganun din yung partial derivative with respect to y. You get the same process. 0 din yung makukuha. So the limit or the first partial derivatives exist. In fact, continuous, no? Kasi ang 0 ay ang constant numbers, continuous functions sila. So the first part, yung partial derivatives method cannot work. So bakit natin not continuous? Not continuous, first to solve f of 0, 0. F of 0, 0 is 0. And then mag-limit tayo. limit of x comma y as x equals 0, 0 of x comma y, xy over square root of x squared plus y squared. Anong ginagawa pag nag-limit? Ang unang favorite method, nag-limit. O nga nang yating ginawa dito to na. Okay, wait lang. Okay. Yung yating ginawa yan, yung dito pala. Pag nagli-limit pala, no? Pag nagli-limit pala dito, limit as x comma y approaches 0, 0. Ano ginagawa natin? Plug in. Plug in 0, 0 square. 0 over 0. So, ibig sabihin, 0 over 0, makukuha natin ay 0 over 0 indeterminate. Sasabihin niyo, bakit hindi gumamit nung alternate definition? Hindi naman derivative yung pinapasolve dito. Uh, ang pinapasolve dito, yung actual function lang. Limit ng f of x, y. Ang ito yun. Kapag nakakuha ka, ayan, kinuha mo yung partial derivatives, by definition muna, nakuha ka ng 0, 0, balik ka sa alternate definition. Okay. Pero, kapag nilimit mo lang yung original, hindi yung etong expression na to, kumbaga, etong original lang na ito ang nilimit mo, ay hindi, bakit ka mag-opt for the partial derivatives? Hindi ka pupunta sa alternate definition. Kapag nakakuha ka ng 0 over 0, okay, you use etong technique na to. Yung maghahanap ka ng mga proofs. Yun yung idea. So, pag 0 over 0, it depends. Kung continuity ang tinatanong, ito yung method na gagamitin. Pero pag 0 over 0, derivative ang ginagamit, alternate definition ang gagamitin. Okay? Tingnan yung yung mga process. So, ito yung nakuha natin, 0, 0, di ba? Nag-plug in muna tayo dito. So, nung nag-plug in tayo, 0 over 0. So, okay. Tingnan muna natin. Rationalize natin. Pag ni-rationalize natin, baka mawala yung yung indeterminate. Pag ni-rationalize, makukuha xy times square root of x squared plus y squared over x squared plus y squared. Ngek, pag pinagi mo yung 0, 0, 0 over 0 pa rin yan. Diba? Hindi gumana, 0 over 0. Di gumana tayo along x equal to y. Okay, along x is equal to y kasi 1:1 yung ratio, no? So we get here, limit of x times x over x squared plus x squared square root as x comma x approaches 0, 0, magiging limit of x approaches x squared over square root of 2x squared. So limit of x squared over square root of 2 absolute value of x as x approaches 0. Okay. So, may dalawa tayong scenario dito. 0 from the left, kasi na lang to, no? Isang variable. 0 from the left and 0 from the right. Pag 0 from the left, itong absolute value, magiging negative x. So, magiging x squared ka dito, negative x over square root of 2. So, ano ba limit ito as x approaches 0? 0. Ganun din yung kabila. Yung as x approaches 0 from the right, etong absolute value of x mo, magiging x naman. So, x squared over x naman. Pero as x approaches 0, 0 makukuha mo. So, for this one, may limit tayo. Ang limit nito along x equal to y, 0. Okay. Along x equal to 0, okay, along x is equal to 0 kasi dumadaan to sa x-axis at y-axis. Okay? So, x0, y naman, over square root of 0 squared plus square root of y squared. 0 yung numerator mo na, 0 ang makukuha mo in total. Ganon din, along y is equal to 0. 0 din makukuha mo. So, parang, mukhang baka 0 yata ang limit nito. So, pag ganon, 0 mukhang limit nito, may kutob ka, baka continuous ito. So, kung continuous ito, mag-epsilon delta ka. So, remember, pag continuous ka, ang sinasabi ng theorem na ito, if f is differentiable, f is continuous, ang differentiable, itong set na ito ang continuous. So, yung function mo na piecewise, baka continuous siya. Kailangan mo ipakita na not differentiable. So, kahit mapakita mo siyang continuous by epsilon delta, does it make, walang bago nangyari, walang f. Okay, plus 1 for effort points, pero hindi mo napakitang differential. Bakit mo continuous by epsilon delta? So, hindi gumana yung first method and second method. We now go to trial number 3, which is by definition. Okay. O, di ba? Trabaho. So, we now use a definition here. Limit of delta f minus the partial derivative of 0, 0 delta x minus partial derivative of fy 0, 0 delta y over square root of x squared plus square root of y squared, where delta f is equal to this equation here. F of 0 plus delta x, comma 0 plus delta y minus f of 0, 0. So, in-expand pa natin ito. So, magiging f of delta x, kasi delta x lang yan, comma delta y minus f of 0, 0. So, we get here. So, anong f of delta x, delta y? F of delta x, delta y, itong equation na to, delta x, delta y over delta x squared plus delta y squared. Okay? Minus f of 0, 0, 0. So, we get this expression here. Okay. So, etong part na ito lang yon. Now, ito yung kagandahan. Kasi nung nag-method 1 na tayo, na-solve natin itong dalawang to. Method 1, nakuha natin itong dalawang value na to, 0, 0. Kaya, notice, kaya bago nyo gamitin yung third trial or third method, maganda talaga gamitin yung method number 1. Kasi solve mo agad yung mga values na to. Assuming tama yung computation mo. So, dahil 0 ito, 0 rin ito, 0 ang part na ito, 0 yan. So mag-vanish lang. And so we get delta x, limit of delta x, comma delta y approaches 0, 0 of delta x, delta y over square root of delta x squared plus delta y squared over square root of delta x squared plus delta y squared. And then you simplify, we get limit of delta x, comma delta y, 0, 0, delta x over delta y over this one. At dahil limit problem na lang ito, okay, na ang variable mo ngayon, parang ang variable mo ngayon, delta x, delta y na. Our favorite thing to do first, kapag may mga limit problem ka, is to plug in. So, plug in muna tayo. Pag nag-plug in tayo, what do we get here? This will replace 0. 0, 0, 0, 0. 0 over 0. Okay. Oh, hindi ka mag-alternate definition to. Hindi to partial derivatives. This is just a limit problem na ito yung bagong variables natin. So what do we do? What do we do here? E di magan tayo. Hindi gagana yung nag-plug in, hindi gumana. Hindi ka pwede mag-L'Hopital's rule dito. Dalawang variables to. Ito yung dalawang variables. Delta x, delta y. Hindi ka mag-alter definition dito dahil hindi naman to partial derivatives question. Okay, ito yung limit question. So, tinignan mo, magpa-pathways ka na. So, delta x, delta y approaches 0, 0. So, ano kung natin tingnan? Tingnan mo yung ratio. 1:1. So, along delta x is equal to delta y. So, limit of delta x over delta x squared plus delta x squared. Delta x comma delta x approaches 0, 0. So, delta x times delta x squared. 2 over delta x squared cancel. You get 1/2. Okay. What's another path? Yung dumadaan sa delta x-axis. O this time, hindi na x-axis, na delta x-axis, saka delta y-axis. So, delta x-axis. Okay, kung delta x-axis, delta y is 0. So, kung delta x ang ginamit ko. So, ito yung delta x-axis. Sorry, ito yung delta y-axis. Delta y-axis is delta x equal to 0. So, kung delta x equal to 0, 0 ito times delta y over 0 ito, delta y squared. So, 0 na yung numerator mo, 0 to. At dahil hindi equal ang dalawang ito, okay, hindi sila equal, ibig sabihin, this one here, ito 0 to 0, ito yung na-compute lang natin. This part here, itong na-compute natin na to, ito yon, ito yung delta f. Ito yung part na yon. Ayun yan. Hindi siya equal sa 1/2, hindi siya equal sa 0. So that does not exist. At dahil hindi siya nag-exist, f is not. By definition, f is not. differential. Well, trabaho ng differentiability, no? Pagpakita ng differentiability. So, I hope you get the pattern kung paano papakita ng hindi differentiable ang sub-function. So, bakit ba natin kailangan ito? Of course, differentiability is another adjective. Parang continuous. F is positive. F is increasing. Pag increasing, may technique rin siya para pinapakita increasing, no? So, dahil differentiable, we can now define the new concepts. Okay. Yun yung dahilan lang talaga kung bakit natin pinakilala ang differentiability. So, sinasabi lang nito, if f is differentiable at x naught comma y naught, and delta x is very close to 0 and delta y is equal to almost equal or very near to 0, then delta f can be approximated by partial of f with respect to x times delta x plus partial of f with respect to y times delta y. So we now define what we call differentials. Okay? Now, here's what the definition says. Let z be a differentiable function if delta x and delta y are increments of x and y. Then the differentials of the independent variables x and y, that is dx equal to delta x and dy is equal to delta y. So I think differentials, we assume na equal na ng dalawang to. Then the total differential dz or df of the dependent variable z is given by dz. Okay, wag niyo muna ito ha. Kasi mangyayari dito, delta f will be approximated by df. And df is equal. Ito yung df part. Parang bibigyan natin ito ng notation, itong part na to, df. Or dz. dz is equal to partial of z with respect to x times dx plus partial with respect to z times y times dy, which is equal to this notation. Ito yun. Okay? So we can also write the total differential as df of x comma y. Tapos, yung f, kasi bagong function ito eh. Bagong function ito, not only it depends on x and y, it also depends on these variables, delta x and delta y. So we also write delta z is equal to delta f. Ito delta z ito. So what it says here, ito ay df, which is equal to dz. So ang sinasabi, delta z is approximated by dz, or alternatively, delta f is approximated by df. Kapag si delta x, which is dx, malapit na malapit sa 0, pati si dy, ito dalawang to equal. Okay, dx is equal to delta x, dy is equal to delta y. Pero ang df, approximated. Okay, dito equal, equal. Equal, equal, pero dito, approximated. Okay? Ang approximated part dito, 0. Okay? So, let's look at examples. Saan siya ginagamit? So, saan ginagamit ang differential? So, we have encountered this back in Math 83. So, generalize lang natin sa Math 85. So, for example, you have this value here at wala kang calculator. Let f of x, comma y equal to tangent inverse of xy. Find dz and compare dz with delta z when x, comma y changes from 1, comma 1 to 0.9, comma 1.01. So what do we do here? We solve first for dz. Bago natin i-plug in yung mga values dito. Okay? Okay. Ay. So, sorry about that. Solve natin yung dz. And dz, that would be partial of z with respect to partial of x times dx plus partial of z with respect to y dy. So, hanapin natin yung derivative nito with respect to x. Partial of ito with respect to x, that would be 1 over 1 plus xy squared times ang variable ay x. So, y yung ano natin, constant. So, that would be times y. So, we get this part here. Times dx. Copy lang yung dx. Walang gagawin dyan. Plus partial nito with respect to y naman, you get this. X over 1 plus x squared y squared times dy. So that's the first part, dz. So kailangan natin i-plug in yung mga values. Ano ba yung delta dx natin? Yun yung delta x. So ang delta x natin, ito yung x naught, y naught. Ito yung x naught plus delta x. Ito yung y naught plus delta y. So from here, you can see that zero point 0.9 minus 1, that would be x naught plus delta x minus x naught, we get here negative 0.1. On the other hand, y naught plus delta y minus y naught, we get 1.01 minus 1, 0.1, 0.1. So we get there dx dy. So all we have to do, ito yung x naught, y naught natin. Yung 1, 1, i-replace mo dito, 1, 1 sa mga yan. So we get here 1 over 1 plus 1 squared, 1 squared. So x naught, y naught ha. Notice ang nakalagay dito, etong mga dx na ito, ayan na, x naught, y naught. Yan ay mga x minus x naught. Okay, ito i-evaluate mo ito sa x naught, y naught. I-evaluate mo. Ayan. So, dx will be replaced by negative 0.1 and dy will be replaced by 0.0. And if I'm using calculator, you get negative 0.045. Okay, ano ba ito? 1 over 1 half. So 1 half negative 0.1 plus 1 half times 0.01. Nakatamad eh. Ayan. Pero using a calculator, delta z would turn out to be tangent inverse of 0.9. Ito yung actual value. Delta z is tangent inverse of 0.9, 1.01 minus tangent inverse of 1 times 1. Ito yung x naught, y natin. Ito yung x naught plus delta x. Ito yung y naught plus delta y. And you get this value here. And notice malapit sila sa isa't isa. Ito yung value sa tangent plane. Ito yung value sa, actually not necessarily tangent plane, pero sinasabi, if we base our difference sa tangent plane, ito yung value. If we base our value sa actual function, ito yung value. Magkalapit lang sila. Okay? Next. The legs of a right triangle are measured to be 3 centimeters and 4 centimeters with a maximum error of 0.05 centimeters in each measurement. Use differentials to estimate the maximum error in the calculated value of the hypotenuse and the area of the triangle. So may dalawa tayong pinapasolve dito. Yung hypotenuse tsaka yung area. Okay. Ay, teka lang ha. Okay, sorry, na-ambush ako. Doon may mga pumapasok bigla out of nowhere. Okay. So, dalawang functions ang hanapin natin dito. Yung function that corresponds to the formula for the hypotenuse, and the other one is the function for the area of the triangle. Okay. So, ano ba ang so you have a right triangle here. Ano ba ang function natin ng ano ba ang length ng hypotenuse? So kung ang may legs 'di ba? 3 centimeters and 4 centimeters. So may legs ka rito, ito yung x, ito y. What is the value for the hypotenuse? Hypotenuse will be equal to square root of x squared plus y squared. Okay. And for the area, ano ba ang area natin? It's 1/2 base times height. Ang base natin, x, height natin, y. Okay, let's work first with h of x, y. So, isolve natin, use differentials to estimate the maximum error. Now, if we solve for delta h, ito yon, ito yung ma-solve natin. Okay? Ito yung delta area. Delta h muna. Delta H can be approximated by DH. So we solve for DH. Ano ba yung formula for DH ulit? Ito lang yung formula. So partial ni H with respect to leg number 1 times dx plus partial of z or partial of leg, a hypotenuse pala, over partial of leg y times dy. So, ito, where is that? Where is that? Man, ito ang computation. Hindi pala. So, we have here this part. Ito, x, sorry, Ano derivative nito with respect to x? That would be 1 over 2 squared of x squared plus y squared times 2x. Cancel to. So we get x over squared of x squared plus y squared. Again, yung partial of h over x times dx plus y over square root of x squared plus y squared times dy. Now, what is error? Every time you encounter this kind of problem, the error problem, you are going to, ibig sabihin, hindi ito yung primary equation ninyo. Ang primary equation ninyo ay absolute value of delta H can be approximated by absolute value of H. Atong dH, ito yon, is equal to the absolute value of this entire expression. Okay? Yan ang error. So, by the triangle inequality, not related to this triangle here. Okay, by the triangle inequality. Ano sinasabi ng triangle inequality? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, ang triangle inequality, we recall that it's yes. Hello? Hello? Okay. Ano yung triangle inequality? Ang triangle inequality, yung absolute value of A plus B is less than or equal to the absolute value of A plus absolute value of B. Makes sense. Kunyari, 1 plus negative 1, it is 0. Is less than or equal to the absolute value of 1 plus absolute value of negative 1, which is 2. Okay? So, ilalock natin ito lahat. May plus ka dito. So, mangyayari absolute value of this plus absolute value of this. Pero magiging less than or equal to. Okay? Tapos, meron ka ditong naka-multiply lang. X over this times dx. Remember, absolute value of A, B is equal to absolute value of A times absolute value of B. Equal yan. So, pwede mo i-distribute yung absolute value sa numerator, denominator, dx, plus absolute value of y over this, dy. Pero kasi ang square root, non-negative na yan, pwede mo i-drop yung absolute value. Okay? So we have absolute value of x over square root of x squared plus y squared, absolute value of dx plus absolute value of y over square root of x squared plus y squared, absolute value of y. Okay. And then, ipa-plug in na natin yung mga values natin. Ano yung xy natin? X, y, 3, and 4. 3, 3, 4. 4, 3, 4. And then, ano naman yung maximum error? 0.05. So, ibig sabihin, yung delta x natin is equal to delta y is equal to 0.05. Replace this absolute value by absolute value of 0.05. And so we get 0.07. So, ano ibig sabihin? Etong delta h natin, ang maximum error niya, plus or minus 0.07. Yun yun, no? Di ba absolute value of dH is equal to 0.07. Ibig sabihin lang yan, dH is equal to plus or minus 0.07. At ito ay approximated. Ina-approximate niya si delta H. So, 0.07. So, pwedeng yung hypotenuse mo mas malaki ng 0.07 or mas maliit ng 0.07. Similarly, kapag area naman, okay? Okay, pag area naman, ano gagawin natin? Area, okay? So solve natin yung ano, no? Ito yung formula for area. Ito yung formula for area. And then kukuha natin yung partial derivatives. So partial derivative of A with respect to X, that would be 1 half Y times dx plus 1 of X dy. Then we get the absolute value of both sides. And then, distribute natin. Nandito yung dalawang yan. Less than or equal to. And then, distribute natin yung absolute value sa bawat term dito. 1 half absolute value of y, absolute value of dx, plus 1 half absolute value of x, absolute value of dy. Okay. Now, ano ang y? Y and x are 3 and 4. For ito 3. dx is 0.05, 0.5. So we get here, ayan yung dA is less than or equal to 0.75 square centimeters. So yung area natin, it can be, yung area natin, ang pwede siyang lumaki ng 0.175 square centimeters or lumiit by 0.175 square centimeters. So that's one way of how. So ito yung isang application ito actually, differentials. Okay? So yung differentials on how to apply yung concept ng differentiability, on how to approximate delta z by dz. Okay, now the next application that we're going to learn is local linear approximation. Oh, bago yun, we can actually extend the concept of differentials to functions of n variables. That is, if u is a differential function of x sub 1, x sub 2, up to x sub n minus 1 and x sub n, then the total differential of u is equal to this. du is equal to the partial of u with respect to x1 times the x1 plus partial of u over x2 times the x2 plus dot 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 partial of u over x, dxn, where the differential of the independent variable x sub I is d sub x sub I, which is equal to delta x sub I. Okay? Ooh, did go brown out. Okay. Okay. So here's another application of differentiability or the concept of differentiability. So nakita natin kanina na yung df or dz can approximate delta f, delta z. Now, i-spell out natin tong delta f, delta z. If z is equal to f of xy, differentiable at x naught comma y naught, then delta f can be approximated by df. That is, pag in-expand natin itong delta f of x naught plus delta x comma y naught plus delta y minus f of x naught comma y naught is approximated by this value here. So, ano gagawin natin? This time, this difference will, hindi natin gagawin, this difference will be evaluated by this value here. Gagawin natin, itong part na to, this value, kanina this difference. Ngayon, this expression will be approximated by, lipat lang natin ito sa kabila. We get f of x naught plus delta x, comma y naught plus delta y is approximated by, lipat lang natin sa kabila yon. Ito yon, f of x naught, y naught plus this part here. Okay, yung delta x, yan yung x minus x naught, delta y, y minus y naught. So if we let this to be x, if we let this to be y, okay, so kung x, y yan, you get here, tatagyan natin yung delta x ngayon, no? So x is equal to x naught plus delta x. So delta x is equal to x minus x naught. Yun yan. Okay? Since f is differentiable at x naught, y naught, the error in approximation becomes smaller as x comma y gets closer to x naught comma y naught. We say that function f is approximated by a linear function near the point x naught, y. So this time, yung functional value naman ang i-approximate natin using this. Kanina, difference ang ina-approximate natin. The difference. Okay? Ngayon, ang i-approximate natin yung functional value. So, pakita natin nga, para makita niyo yung, tingnan niyo yung mga examples natin and you will get a sense kung pag ganito itsura ng example, differential method yung ginagamit, yung example kanina, yung previous lang. Hindi yung differentiability, yung may method 1, method 2, method 3. Ito yung differentials. Ito yung differentials example. Ito, kanina. So, dito, mapakita natin yung local linear approximation. This time, bibigyan natin ng pangalan itong part nito. Parang kanina, binigyan din natin ng pangalan itong part na ito. Ito ay DZ, tinawag natin DZ. This time, ang itatawag natin na pangalan sa part na ito ay L of x, y. So L of x, y, linear function, can approximate the function itself. So L of x, y is equal to f of x naught, y naught, plus partial of f with respect to x evaluated at x naught, y naught, times x minus x naught, plus partial of f with respect to y, x naught, y naught, multiplied by y minus y naught. The local linear approximation of f at a point is also known as the linearization of f at that point. Okay? So let's look at the examples. Find the linearization of f of x, y equal to e to the x sine at the origin. So what do we do? Well, you just form this part here. So, isolve natin to. Ano ang f of 0, 0? F of 0, 0, that would be f of 0, ito yung setup natin. F of 0, 0, that would be e to the 0 sine 0, that would be 0. Okay, so 0 ito. Next, ano yung partial derivative of f with respect to x? Partial with respect to x, that would be, ito yung constant, no? So, e to the x sine y. Partial naman yung with respect to y, ito yung variable, cosine y times e to the x. Evaluate them at 0, 0. E to the 0, sine 0, 0. E to the 0, cosine 0, it was 1 times 1, so 1. And then we replace everything. The linearization is equal to f of 0, 0 plus this value here, 0 times x minus 0 plus 1, yan, times y minus 0. So, mawawala to, mawawala yan, we get 1. Kasi ito 0. To. And so, the linearization, this function here, is approximated by y if x comma y is very close to the origin. So, kumbaga, yung value nito, yung e to the power 0.00001 sine 0.00001 is approximately itong number ito, 0.0001. Yan sinasabi natin. Okay? Okay, approximate 1 over root of 3.92 squared plus 3.01 squared using linear approximation. So, sinasabi naman ito yung method. So, what do we do here? So, again, we solve for, hanapin natin x naught tsaka y naught natin ito. Ano sorry, not x naught, y naught, but tama, x naught and y naught. Ang x naught, y naught natin, ito kasi yung magiging x, ito yung magiging y natin. So, yung x naught, y naught, number na maganda. Okay? So, 3.92 is close to 4 and 3.01 is close to 3. So, ito yung magiging x naught, y naught natin. So, ang delta x mo ngayon, x minus x, that is 4 minus 3.92. Sorry, baliktad. Ito pala yung x. Ito yung x naught. So, 3.92 minus 4, negative 0.08. Ito yung x. Ito yung x naught, 3.01 minus 3, 0.01. Ito yung delta x. Ito yung delta x or dx, whatever you want to use. Pareho lang yun. Pwede yun kasi by assumption, pareho ang delta x at dx. Okay. Next, I think x naught, y naught natin. Then we solve for the partial derivative of f with respect to x. So we get, so ito medyo matibaho siya, no? Kasi ito ay x squared plus y squared raised to the power negative 1/2. So negative 1/2 x squared plus y squared raised to negative 3/2 times 2x. So we get here negative 2x over x squared plus y squared to the power 3x. May 2 pa pala dito. So cancel itong 2. So we get this. Ganun din yung partial with respect to y. Then we evaluate at 4/3. Evaluating at 4/3, we get these two numbers. And then we just combine them all together. Ito, negative 4 times 1 over 2, 5 times x minus 4. Ito yung, ang x natin dito ay 3.92. Okay, 3.92 ito. So ito yung makukuha natin, delta x. Negative 0.08. Okay? Ayun yan, negative 0.08. At ito, 0.01. Then, isosolve din natin yung f of 4, 3. Ano yung f of 4, 3? F natin dito, ito 4, 3, 1 over square root of 4 squared plus 3 squared. We get 1 over 16 plus 9 square root, 1 over 5. So we get this. So, ito, which is equal to this f, can be approximated by ito yung linearization at 3.92, 3.01. Okay? Pero ang ginamit nating number, 4 and 3. Okay? So, using 4 and 3, we get this number. And notice, kapag sinolve natin ito, itong part na to, it's equal to 0.2 20232. And pag sinolve mo ito by calculator, talaga ito yung lalabas. And notice, talagang lapit ng balance. Okay? So, as a final comment, kasi, ano yung sinasabi again dito? Balik tayo dito, no? Ang laya na yun. Ang differentiability, ibig sabihin, yung differentiability, yung value mo dito, o basically local linear approximation, yung value mo dito, pwede mo i-approximate by your value at the tangent line. So in short, kung may 3D ka, yung value mo rito sa function mo, kung may tangent plane ka, pwede mo i-approximate by the tangent plane. Now, di ba nakita natin, anong equation dito ng tangent line? Ang equation ng tangent line dito, ano no? Ito yung y minus y naught is equal to f prime of x naught times x minus x naught. Ito yung ano natin. Okay. So kung may equation ka ng tangent line, ano naman equation ng tangent plane? So, ito yung geometric interpretation yung L of xy. So the surface represented by the local linear approximation of f of xy at x naught y naught. Ito yung local linear approximation, no? So ito yung, ano na lang, algebraic representation. Pero replacing this by a variable z, we get z is equal to f of x naught plus y naught plus this partial f of x minus x naught plus this partial y minus y naught. And notice here, number lang ito. So meron ka ditong z is equal to z naught plus some number, tawag yung a, times x minus x naught plus b times y minus y naught. And from Math 84, notice, ito ang equation ng plane. Okay? Ito yung equation ng plane natin from Math 84. So we call this plane the tangent plane to the surface z at the given point. So so may mga techniques na from Math 84 kung paano maghanap ng ano no? Kung paano maghanap ng sorry, line pala 'yon. Yung intersecting line. Kasi pag maghahanap tayo ng plane, remember, paano maghanap ng plane from uh, yung ano, from Math 84? Pag may parabola ka, okay, may curve ka, tapos meron kang plane, para mahanap yung plane, ano kailangan mo? Ang kailangan, eto, meron kang ano, what do you call this one? Direction vector. Yung direction vector mo ay normal sa plane. 'Di ba pag line naman ang kailangan mo parallel vector. Pero kapag plane ang kailangan mo normal vector. Yung yung perpendicular sa plane. Yun yung magbibigay ng direction sa kanya. Ito yung may vector na components A, B, C. Tapos, kukuha ka ng isang point dito. Kunyari, itong point na to ay this point that belongs to the plane, sabihin natin x naught, y naught, z naught. So, ang equation ng plane mo ay a times x, ito variable talaga, minus x naught plus b times y minus y naught plus c times z minus z naught is equal to 0. Ito yung nagbibigay ng slope. Ito yung nagbibigay kumbaga ng slope ng tangent plane mo. Ito naman yung the point belonging to your plane. Ito yung equation ng plane, Cartesian equation na. Okay, I hope you remember this from Math 84. Kasi ang tatanungin natin ngayon, ito rin yung equation ng tangent plane, but we didn't derive it using the concept of vectors. We derived it using the concept of calculus. So the question is, ano relationship nito doon sa concept ng vector na yon? May magiging relationship ng dalawang yon. At ipapakita natin yan soon. Kasi kumbaga may dalawang ways tayo para mahanap yung equation ng tangent plane. May Math 84 style using vectors. Meron din etong style na ito. Okay? And that's it. Exercises, I think. Okay? And that's it.